These seniors and some of these juniors do not want you to pick up your book from morning.
Man, can I get a minute? Cause it's space, man. You been in my head playing games, man. Give me way to control it. Got me feeling like I can't breathe. I can't even hang with the homie.
Hey guys, it's still hard out here and I am back at you with another video. This video is going to be different from my other videos. It's going to be more of a talk. Well, all my videos are talking videos. It's going to be a senior advice to freshmen, because if you have not watched my other videos, if you just don't know, I am a senior in high school, and in my short 18 years of life, I've realized a few things that I would have really appreciated if somebody had told me when I first got into high school. And I just compiled a few of them into 5 main points and a whole bunch of little trivia that my friends and I came up with. 5 main points on just how to live your best life as a freshman in high school. Okay, let's get started with this video. So let's start with this. And if you're wondering what this is like my little drawing sketch, everything. I write down everything in this book. And I just wrote down what some of my points were, so I'm going to be looking at this. My first main point is, you pick up your book from morning. And by that, I mean, have you been taking care of your academic life? Right here, I put academic life is more than social life. Is that a more than sign? See, this is what happens when you put your social life first. I don't even know if that's a more than sign or a less. I think that's a more than sign. That's more than, right? This main point is kind of going to, everything else will lead back to this, because freshman year for a lot of my friends, for some people it was the other way around, but freshman year for a lot of my friends was their least strong year academically. Personally, for me, that was the year with my lowest grades, because you're new to the school, you're kind of trying to fit in more than you're trying to make sure your grades are looking, good. Because of that, your grades inevitably suffer. For my best friend, she said that middle school, her grades were 85s, 88s, high 80s. And she got into high school thinking, you know what, this is fine. I'm cool with just having 85s again. And she realizes she really regrets that. Like, she should have realized, or she said, I'm not saying how she lived her life. I'm saying that she said that she wished she had realized that, I could have really done a lot better with my GPA if I just gotten into the mindset and the mentality of my grades take precedence over anything else right now. That's my job at this stage of my life, and I need to make sure that I own it to the best of my ability. So that's definitely the main thing that I feel like you need to worry about freshman year. Not your friends, not your boyfriend, not anything else but your grades and your own health and well-being. Freshmen and sophomores, you need to really be worrying about your grades, because those are a lot of the time, not always, but a lot of the time, the weakest years academically. Main point 2, these seniors and some of these juniors do not want you. They do not want you for your mind anyway. These seniors and these juniors, they are using you. There is no reason why a 14-year-old freshman, girl or boy, should be messing around with an 18-year-old, sometimes 19, 20, depending on if they're super seniors or something, year-old senior. Like, no. And the only reason why a senior would be messing with a freshman is because, and I'm sorry if this seems a little too callous for you, but it's the truth, you're an easy kill for them. Sorry. And because of the fact that you're a freshman and you feel as though, messing with a senior gives me popularity points, it makes me higher socially, or whatever is going through your mind, it makes you more willing to do things than somebody like me would do, another senior would do. So because of that, they might not be finding relief, let's say, or release for that matter, with other seniors, so they're gonna be looking for it in you freshmen. Okay, I'm sorry, but it's the truth. Sometimes there are random cases where that is not the truth, that's not the fact, but a lot of the times it is. It leads me to my next point: know your limits. An 18-year-old is more willing to do, or more open to more physical aspects of a relationship, you know what I'm talking about, okay? You know what I'm talking about. Than a 14-year-old really honestly should be. Call it what you want, but I genuinely don't believe that a 14-year-old should be engaging in sexual activities. And if you do, I have nothing against you, okay? I really don't particularly care. That's your lifestyle. I'm just personally saying I don't feel as though you should be engaging in that, because you are not mentally, you may feel as though, and you may be physically prepared to do that, but you are not mentally prepared to engage in that, to deal with whatever consequences, good or bad, that comes with having sex or sexual relationships, okay? Going back to number 3, knowing your limits, that goes with in friendships, in relationships, work, clubs, etc., okay? For friendships, know how far you're willing to have, because sometimes friends don't know your boundaries until you lay them down strictly, like, yo, you need to back up. I have some friends, they don't personally feel comfy being touched. And I'm a touchy-feely person just in every aspect of my life, with my family, with my friends. I'm always touching them, hugging them, holding their hand, rubbing their arm. It's not me being sexual, it's me just being intimate with the people that I care about. Some people aren't comfortable with that and will tell me straight up, I don't want you to touch me on my elbow. They'll just tell me that, and I'm okay with that. I completely understand. I know and understand other people's boundaries, and I am totally willing to work within them. I'm simply saying that you need to make sure that you lay that out for your friends, because sometimes they won't know, and then they'll be doing things that make you uncomfortable and have no idea about it. And then it's not just their fault anymore. You're part of the reason why you're not comfortable in the situation. So that's it, dealing with friendships. In relationships, I already talked about that. Know how comfy you are in a relationship, what you want out of a relationship. As a freshman, like I said, you need to be focusing on your academics, on your textbooks. That's the type of books you need to be hitting. That's the only thing that you need to be hitting. Only thing you need to be hitting is them books, okay? But, buddy, if you feel as though you are ready to engage in a relationship, make sure you know what your limits are in that relationship, okay? But you need to know where to draw the line. Like, this is the line, and I don't want to cross that. That's a crappy line. That's the line, and I don't want to cross this one, okay? Just make sure you understand where your line is. Do some soul searching, and if you don't know where your line is, then personally, I don't feel like you should be engaging in those activities at all, or possibly even be in a relationship at all. Because if you don't know what you want, then how is the other person supposed to? You need to know yourself and be comfortable enough in yourself before you share yourself with anybody else, mentally or physically, okay? Knowing your limits in terms of work and clubs. I've had several friends where they just joined, as soon as they got into high school, they just joined every club, imagine. Every club. Key club, student council. There are a lot of clubs. Dang, I really can't remember them. They joined every club, let's put it like that. Then, after freshman year, they're burned out from having so many clubs that they just drop most of them. And I know a lot of you are going to be thinking, well, doesn't having a lot of clubs look good on your college application? Sure, if you're keeping up with them. If you go to one meeting a year for each club, that doesn't mean anything on your college application. If you have one good club that you've been going to, you're a president or some type of board member for, you're important, you have ranking in that club because you've been with them from freshman year and that's been your main thing, that's what makes a difference on your college application, because that shows consistency, that shows loyalty, that shows dedication. So you want to make sure you have that one club. So when I say know your limit, I mean know if you can handle having an academic club, a sports club, and like a random club too. Know if you can handle being a student athlete. Know what you can, kind of figure that out in your freshman year, but don't let it bog you down too much. That's what I mean by know your limit for that. My fourth point, which I kind of touched upon in my third one, is get involved. Know your teachers, get into some type of volunteering. Volunteering not only looks good on your college applications, it also just exposes you to the world, and it makes you think about things bigger than yourself. Because a lot of the times as high school students and as teenagers, we tend to be very myopic in our, and narrow-minded in our viewpoints and in our thought processes, and we only see ourselves a lot of the time. And when you volunteer and see other people and how they live their lives and the struggles going on around you, you start to realize, hey, going to the mall that one time with my friend, that wasn't that important, you know? So definitely get involved with your community. If you're a church goer, be avid in that. Do some volunteering through them. You can always find volunteering outside of church or school. Like I'm a part of GASPCA, Georgia Animal Prevention of Animal, it's ASPCA, Animal Cruelty Prevention and stuff like that. I'm sorry, I don't remember the acronym. I'm part of that, and I didn't get that through school. I just kind of looked it up because I love animals, and I was like, hey, why not? So definitely become a part of volunteering. No matter where you are, I'm sure you can find some type of volunteering opportunities. Know your teachers, because your teachers are the people who are going to be writing your college recommendations, okay? You do not want to be a senior and not have formed any relationship with any of your teachers for all 4 years, even if you move. I moved in 10th grade, like at the end of 10th grade, beginning of junior year, and I still managed to find like 3-4 teachers, well, 3, who could write my college recommendation letters, okay? Definitely be involved in terms of that. Like, know your teachers and make sure you have a presence. Even if you're shy, maybe write them a little note saying, hey, I liked how you taught today, or something like that. I feel like freshman year is definitely about just taking that chance. Certain chances you should not be taking. Do not do that, okay? Y'all know what I'm talking about. But other academic and person building chances, you should definitely and always take. I feel as though that's just what you should do. And final point, before I go into my little trivia of what my friends have said, is you're just a freshman. Chill. You still got 4 years left in this. Believe me, by the time you get to a senior, you're tired of everything. But you got 4 years left until you graduate. Just kind of go along with the ride. Try to make it as easy as you possibly can. Realize that, again, you're just a freshman. Be respectful, first of all, to your upperclassmen, because that's how you get hit. Just chill, man. You're too young to be stressed out. I'm 4 years older than you, and I'm still too young to be stressed out, okay? Just try. When you can avoid stress, do it. And I don't feel like there's anything in freshman year that should genuinely stress you out. You create things in freshman year that stress you out. Those are my 5 points, and these are just a little trivia stuff for my friends. My friend Nydia said, don't be clingy. It can go towards your relationships, friendships, teachers. Don't be a teacher's pet. That might have been cute in middle school. It's not anymore. Do your work, also from Nydia. I feel like that's a prevailing one from a lot of my friends. Doing your work. You want to make sure that once you get into freshman year, you stay on top of your ish, all right? You get on top of your ish and you stay on top of it, okay? Because you get into freshman year and you're like,
you know what, this doesn't matter. I can make up whatever work I miss. I can just raise my GPA in my next year and the year after that. Like, this year doesn't.
It matters. It matters. It matters. Okay? If any year you should feel like it should not matter, is senior year. Because senior year, you're just about set at that point. You're done. Especially second semester. That's why I'm dying right now. Your relationship isn't everything. That's also from Nydia. Love isn't real. Don't beg for attention. That gets real old real fast. Do your work. Stay on top of it. Again, get one good friend, male or female, but additionally try to get at least one good friend that is your same gender. That's just a personal piece of advice that I feel like is good, because then they know your own struggle. Same gender and same race, or just same race. Like, one that's the same gender, one that's the same race, and one that's the opposite gender, and one that's something that's not your race. Maybe all 4 of those. Maybe you could get just 2 of those, like mix and mingle, kind of figure it out. But just try to make sure you're extremely diverse in your friend group, even if it's only 1 or 2 people, okay? My best friend says don't. Just don't. If you think maybe you should, just don't, okay? So that goes back to the whole new experiences and new people. Sometimes you think maybe I could don't do it. And Alan says, stop stressing so much. Stop stressing so much. Nothing means as much when you get there. Calm down and do what you gotta do. these respectable women aren't loyal. Chi says, be whoever you are in the moment and allow yourself room for growth. Antoinette says, if you're questioning your friend's loyalty, they're not your friend at all, okay? And that's what my friends have had to say. Yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them down below. If you have any more advice you'd like to give some freshmen, go ahead. Or underclassmen in general, go ahead, leave them down below too. They probably need it. If you're a freshman and you like this video or you want to add something more, you could definitely leave a comment below. If you're too uncomfortable to leave it below, then my Instagram and my Snapchat are linked, and they will also be floating somewhere around in this video as well. So feel free to DM me and I'll be very happy to respond. I have nothing left to do in this year anyway. I'm done with school. Hope you enjoyed the videos, guys, and I hope this helped any freshmen, soon to be freshmen, about to be a sophomore freshman, and anyone else that may or may not need this video, because I feel like several of the points I made can definitely translate to later on in your life, not just your freshman year. So yeah, guys, thank you. Bye. If you head up, queen and king, your crown's falling.